Welcome to the 11th episode of the Bloomers podcast. Oh, wow. A lot has happened in my life recently, and I don't know. It's so fun to do this, man. I can't even, it's hard to put into words every time I come here and do this, but it's just cool. I'm I'm literally at a loss for words, man. It's like it's an unexplainable feeling to sit down and talk and use the power of my voice to make a change. It's really cool, man. I'm so grateful. I say this so much, but like I'm so grateful that I have an audience and I have friends and family and all this to who watch my videos and stuff. So thank you guys again. I didn't do the date. It's November 22nd, 12:07 a.m. So it is a Monday now. I guess it was Sunday like a second ago, but I should probably be asleep right now, but you know, sometimes you got to sacrifice sleep to have fun, cuz I think like you spend like a third of your life asleep or something like that. Maybe like a fourth. No. It's definitely like a third or more. And sometimes I feel like I sleep too much and I need to change that and make it so I actually have fun in life and not just be here and not do anything, you know what I'm saying? But I think that, you know, doing stuff like this, having fun like this, it's so important for like happiness in general. And just I feel like I'm going so deep into this. Okay, I'll save this for another time. I can't really think about it right now. I didn't mention this last time. This is Atomic Habits by James Clear, and you obviously know I'm a fan of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which is the book I had here from episodes 1 to 9, and then I bought this book a couple weeks ago, and everyone in the world was saying like, not in the world, but like the reviews and everything was saying like this book is crazy and it's really impactful. So I'm really excited to read this. I don't like to do my reading too much during schoolwork, like when there's schoolwork going on. I kind of like to do that on days where I'm free or in breaks, like winter break or something, or spring break or summer break, or when I just don't have to use my mind as much to think to that extent. So I'm gonna be reading that probably in the winter break, inshallah. I don't know. Hopefully I can read it then. But yeah, that's new to the setup, and I'm literally, it's 12 a.m. on a Monday, and I'm wearing like outside clothes. This is just because I bought this from H&M last weekend, and I love the way it feels and looks. It's dope. It's the turtleneck, so I've always been really into those, and when I was a kid I used to wear them a lot. I used to hate them, but then I've had a new appreciation for turtlenecks, so yeah, that's why I'm wearing it now. But yeah, this episode is, there's not really a script. I wrote 3 bullet points on this screen right here on my iPad, and it's kind of just gonna be chill, super laid back, not extremely deep. I don't know, maybe we'll see. Unlike every other episode I've done, which is multiple pages of, or every solo episode I've ever done is just multiple pages of words that I write down over time. But I got a lot of people saying that last episode was one of their favorites, and I think that's because a lot of it was just raw and completely on the spot and authentic in that way. So I'm gonna try doing that again. We'll see how it goes, but if that's something that people like, then I will can continue to do that if that is what's more entertaining to listen to, and if not, then I'll stick to going deep in my bag, in my brain, in my head, and in my mind, and I'll continue to get deep in that way. But for now, I'll stick with this, just experimenting with different things as always. But really, the topic of this episode is really about women. I've always felt like women have such an important place in my life, mainly because I love my mom and my sister to death. They're the two, by far, the two most important people in my life, and I don't know how to live without them in my life, and I'd probably not have the will to live if they weren't alive. Like if they suddenly passed away somehow, that would suck. So I've always been really emotionally attached to women, I feel like, and I think it's just like I think that growing up, I was so heavily influenced by feminine energy and females in general and women, and I idolized my mom and my sister. I still do, but that really had an impact on how I was made. I guess you can say that, like emotionally. I feel like emotionally I'm more of a female than a male. And in every other aspect of me, I am probably the most masculine you can ever imagine. And a lot of my friends are probably like, "What the heck? What are you talking about, bro? You're such a dude. Like, you're such a male." And honestly, that makes sense. Like in terms of interactions with my friends, I definitely feel like I'm like the most manly person in the world. But I guess due to stereotypes and due to people embracing those and normalizing the stereotypes, I feel like people think that women are more like deep and emotional, even though that might not be the case. Because I'm like one of the most emotional people I know, and one of the most deep people that I know, I think. But like, just on that note of comparing like men to women and women to men, I feel like, so I've been this is something that I've realized because of volunteering. I volunteer at a hospital now, and through those experiences of the last 3 weeks volunteering there, it's been, aside from one male, it's been with all females. Like it's been completely women. That's all my interactions have been. My interactions have only been with women in terms of like staff and fellow volunteers. And like when I'm being trained, it's a huge. It's not a learning curve, I would say, but it's a lot of new things that I'm starting to learn. So being surrounded by females, it almost felt like I was a kid again, in under the wing of my mom and my sister, and growing up in that way. I felt like there was a lot of growth that has happened in these last 3 weeks, and I've just been paying attention to the interactions I've had with all these women in my volunteering, and it's been making me think, like, what is it with men that separates the two? And I was just thinking about that even more, and it's just like, for some reason, and at least recently, like when I talk to women, I feel like, and like, this isn't even in like a romantic or sexual sense at all, but it's like when there is eye contact, and it's just like, I feel like I'm being understood more, and it's like, I feel like with maybe because I'm attracted to women. I don't know what it is, but um, just the eye contact. I feel like when that is made, and I'm telling a woman about my thoughts or about something or anything, it doesn't even have to be deep. It's just like I feel like I'm being understood more than I would if I was talking to a guy and it was about the same thing. I don't know. That has I've had that experience with like many females over the past month or 3 weeks. This doesn't even have to be in a volunteering sense. And obviously, I love my guy friends. I love my male friends. I don't really have too many female friends, but um, I love my guy friends to death, bro. They're amazing. Um, there's no question about that. It's just that it's harder to get on an emotional level with men, and it's easier to do it with women. And I feel like I'm understood more by women. There are only two dudes who actually understand me, or I feel like I can, pour my soul out to, and that's my best friend Mikhail and my amazing friend Henrik. Henrik was the first guest episode and Mikhail is my best friend from day one, literally the day, like 2003. If you look in the comments and you've seen my Instagram, you know who he is. But like those are like and sorry to all my other male friends. I love you guys. You guys all know that, man. But those are the two males that I can consistently rely on to talk about myself and my feelings and things, and have it feel more like I'm talking to a woman in terms of the emotional sense, if that makes sense to you. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. And I really feel like this has to do with me. Well, like I said, I really feel like my makeup as a person is heavily influenced by my mom and my sister, who are the biggest influences in my life, in everything, in every sense, and they're like the biggest part of who I am. And obviously I still have male role models that I look up to, like my dad, my grandpa, friends, but there's just something different about females, man. I or women. It's just something different. And I feel like when I'm in a room of women only, I feel like I emotionally I belong more there, and I feel like I'm more I'm more at home. I'm more accepted, if that makes sense. And this isn't I'm not like in the wrong body. That is definitely not the case, because I love being a man or a male. I wouldn't change anything, trade anything in my life. I'm completely happy with everything. But it's just, I don't know, it's just been so weird to think about. And like in just every interaction, every social interaction, it's just I'm thinking about this, like, why do I feel one way with men and another way with women? Maybe you're watching this right now and you're like, dude, the answer's so obvious. You're just attracted to girls. That's why. I don't know. I don't think it's that. I think it's just women have a different way of seeing things, and I feel like I fit into that more. And I think it's easier for me to talk to. Actually, no, it's not. I don't talk to girls well, and to women well. I don't think I do. I think I just talk with everyone the exact same way. And I don't think even with age, not even gender, but age, I literally don't care. Like, I can talk to anyone. Like, I've talked to really old people, or I've talked to people my age, and it's the same. I don't know why. that's just the way I do it. But I don't know. It's really cool to think about that. I'm not sure why it's that way. And I think I've said that a million times now. But it's just so mind blowing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it is. It just is. You know, one other thing that I was thinking about was all my favorite teachers in my entire school career, I guess you can call it. My time in school, all my favorite teachers have been female. They I liked some male teachers, I guess. Like I had some really good ones. But my favorites are literally all women. So I don't know. That's also like if you've watched some of my earlier videos, you'd see that some of my favorite teachers have commented in those videos, like Miss Lou and Miss Fong. Which, if you guys are watching, shout out to you guys. I freaking love you guys. You guys are the best. So probably one of the best days of my life were spent in their classrooms. Best years, 2016, 2017, are those 2 years are probably my favorites ever, and those were spent in their classrooms. And school has a huge impact on who I am today, and how I deal with everything, and to have those two teachers that I listed, they were just so nurturing, I feel like, and they helped me be who I am in their classrooms. I remember they gave me like a place to be loud and be funny and make jokes and be a class clown and be a goof and have fun and enjoy my time in junior high. And that really gave me, their classrooms really gave me a place to embrace myself and be myself. And I feel like if it wasn't for that, things might have been different. If I went to a strict school with stricter teachers, if I just had different teachers that were strict, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't have amazing memories. Maybe those years wouldn't have been the best years of my life. And just, I feel like I'm just so lucky to have, in every part of life, you know, in a professional sense, in a academic sense, in an emotional sense. I mean, in my home, and even in high school, I had amazing female teachers. Like, it's just, I'm starting to realize as I grow older how important it is, how important women are for men to function, for me, I guess I'm talking about my experiences, for me to function, and the impact they've left on me, and it's beautiful, dude. I think that's one of the biggest things that life is about. It's about impacting others. I've obviously touched on that topic a million times, but yeah, dude. Even my high school teachers were really good. I had really, especially towards the second half of high school. I always talk about this so much. I feel like I talk about it too much about grade 12, but in grade 12 and even in grade 11 and some in grade 10, I had amazing teachers, and only one of them or only two of them were guys, and like the other like six were female, were women. So yeah, that I feel like, and like even in like generally in like decision making and in like places in team projects, like where you need perspective in anything, it's so important that you just don't only have men ruling the conversation or talking or being in the room, and vice versa. I don't think it should just only be women. Like I feel like women add a different dynamic, because it's like the brains of women are also I guess they're different than men in some sort of way. I don't remember how. I can't think of it right now, but having that extra perspective as a guy, I really appreciate that when women are like outspoken and they chime in and they show their version of the story. And also with men, it's the same thing. Like when dudes talk and they like speak out, and it's like we're trying to do something, I'm like, yeah, okay, good. We're getting when there's equal, where there's an equal amount of perspective from both sides. I feel like that's just the best. And I mean that in like sense of like a family friend group, in professional sense, in pretty much everything. I think that I think men and women bounce off each other really well, and God was on. God was. I forgot what I was trying to say. The phrase. He was. He did it right. I guess you can say he did it right. And it's sick. But that also brings me to something else, and that's like the idea of a relationship. You know, men and women bouncing off of each other really well, and being good compliments to each other. I feel like I don't know. This is something that has changed in the last since I started this podcast with me, is that I feel like I could never go into a relationship. And I know we just changed the conversation like completely around in the last like 1 minute, but whatever. I'm just gonna go with this, bro. Like, I don't know why. If you ask me, literally, what is it, like 4 months ago? No. Yeah, 5 months ago. If you asked me 5 months ago, I'd be like, yeah, dude, I'm like, I'm gonna be in a relationship. I'm gonna be married in like 2 years, and then like, I don't know. Around July, a lot of things happened in July. That was like the best month of my life in a really long time, and I feel like I started to realize the importance of me and my friends and my family, and like that really shifted things. That shifted a lot of things in my life, and that time was also the birth of this podcast this summer, and that during that shift where I started to just focus on more myself than I normally would. And I feel like that has a lot to do, that has had a lot to do actually with my perspectives on love and relationships. I feel like I just don't think that there's someone, I just can't imagine someone out there who fits what I'm looking for. And someone who is, I mean, I guess you can never have it perfect, and you have to make sacrifices and choices for, you know, the betterment of everyone. But I just don't think that I'm the type of dude to get in a relationship at this point. And I know that this is gonna be so crazy if like I get married and I have like a bunch of kids and they watch this, or like my wife watches this. But if that does happen, I'm sorry for saying this. But this is just how I feel right now. I guess very pessimistic 18-year-old talking right here, but that's really how I feel about that, dude. I don't think there's someone out there who's gonna fit what I want, and honestly, I feel like I don't need a relationship. If I died like this, if I died single, I would be completely fine with it, and I have to accept that. I have to make that a possibility. I have to think that, sorry, not make that a possibility, but I have to, if that is something that is possible, like that is within the realm of possibility for sure, I have to think about it and not plan my life, but I have to be able to accept it, and I already have. which is good. I don't think you need a man or you need a woman in your life. I think you can live independently and be happy that way. But who knows? Maybe you're happier with a partner. That's completely up to you. I think that right now I'm just in a state of oh my god, voice recordings messing up. I think right now I'm just in a state of like I know who I am, but it's also like every day it's just like a battle to live and there's a lot of contemplation and a lot of confusion and a lot of changing my mind. And I feel like when you're in that state of randomness and everything messing up and changing, I don't think that's a good foundation to create a relationship on. Because then there's going to be one side that's putting in too much effort and one side that's not. I feel like when you're, because I don't think you can be successful in any way if you don't know who you are. And I know who I am, but if I'm in this state of not being able to keep one perspective for more than like a week or 4 days or a month, how am I going to keep like this one person in my mind for my life? You know? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I think I said that correctly. I don't know. It's late and I'm tired. I'm kind of just saying things in whatever way I want, or whatever way seems right, in whatever way comes out. I'm not really thinking about what I'm saying too hard, but I know that it's probably right. But yeah, man, I don't know. If something happens and I don't get to see the day where I am in a relationship, or if I pass away before that happens, just I don't. It's like this, like what I say to my mom. My mom is like, she hates when I'm like stressed and stuff. She doesn't like when I stress over homework and stuff. And then I'm like, I just tell her like, don't be stressed. Like I'm literally, I might look stressed, and in the moment I might be sad or whatever, but deep down I'm always happy. I feel like. So like in the same way, like if something does happen, I don't get to see that day where I'm in a relationship or whatever. I don't think there's any need for like my family or my friends or whoever cares enough to be unhappy. I feel like I'm at a point right now where no matter what happens in my life, I'll be happy. I don't think I'm ever going to be unhappy anymore unless something really tragic happens. Because lately I've been in a place where I've been going through stuff in school. I've been going through a lot of stress, a lot of anticipation of this thing and that thing, and it's been hard and stressful, but it's also been fun, and I've been enjoying it, and I've been being optimistic, and I'm being happy, and I'm taking breaks and just making time for myself and spending time with my family. That has been such a huge part of my mental health. And if it wasn't for those things, like creating time for myself and having fun with family and keeping a balance in my life, I don't think that I would be in a good place, and I don't think I would be saying what I'm saying right now. And yeah, it also comes with like taking care of yourself. I've been doing a lot of exercise lately, and that doesn't just mean like working out with like weights. It means like I've been running. I started running because I've just been thinking like if I want to lead a healthy life in the future and set an example for others in my life, I gotta be the example, you know? So I've been starting to run, and it's been fun. It's the first like 2 times my chest really hurt and I started coughing a lot. but it was worth it. And yeah, I'll probably get into like the like habits I do all the time. Get really deep into those sometime later. This is more about like women and relationships. I don't know why I'm going astray here, but yeah, those are just things that I do to keep me sane and feeling good. But yeah, back to the topic here. um, I don't think I need anyone. And what I mean by that is a spouse. I don't think I'll ever need that. Um, there might come a day where I'm just like completely mesmerized by someone or whatever the word is. I don't know if that's the right word, but that would be cool. I think it would be cool, and if there were mutual feelings, yeah, that would be cool. Um, but I don't think that's something that I need. It's just something that maybe one day I'll want, and then there might be a need to, have children and create a legacy for myself in that way. But living the way I am now, like, I'm not saying like without changing as a person, because obviously I love change and change is good. I mean, like, with like the main things staying the same, like my relationship status and me progressing through school, etc., etc., etc. I feel like I'd be happy. And I think I'm the type of dude who would sacrifice having a family and a relationship just to do what he wants in life. I think if I don't have a family or anything, I think that'll just be the reason why, is because I'm not willing to sacrifice what I love and what I want to and what makes me happy for the sake of just having kids and then letting that cycle continue. You know? Like when you have kids, it's just like this. I feel like if I were to have a kid, it would just be like continuing the cycle of life, which in this day and age, in my opinion, for men, it's just like, okay, or maybe women too. I don't know. I don't want to exclude anyone here, but like I can talk about my own experiences. I can't talk about anyone else's. So I guess that's why I'm saying men. But like if I were to have a kid, and it was a dude, like a male, they would just come out here into the world, grow up, whatever. The same way, I think it would be the exact same way that I am. And I don't know that to be the case, but I think that's how it would be. We would just be like, okay, I'm here, I'm lost, I don't know what I'm doing, I kind of know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing. You see, like the cycle would just continue. I don't know if that's the best. I don't know if that's the best option for me, and I don't know if I want to bring that into the world. I don't know if I want to continue the cycle. But maybe getting married would be cool. Maybe getting married with no kids. I know a lot of people who are like that. That's so sick. But I also feel like staying in one place might get boring for a while, you know? Staying in one area of life is never good for too long. Because life is about continuing and moving forward and working and changing. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what the future Amr is like in many years to come, inshallah. We'll see what happens in that regard, in regards to having kids and having a family and getting in a relationship. But that's just my stance on it right now. But in general, I'm big on love in my life. I feel like if I didn't have love in my life, I would be crazy. I think everyone would, to be honest. Yeah, or I would be very something would be wrong, you know? I always talk about that in my videos about love. It's just like you gotta love yourself or love others. And like I feel like right now my focus is just so much on the moment and now, and not the future. It's not really I'm not really focused on crap, sorry, I had to burp. Not really focused on too much of what's to come, or what was before. I'm kind of just like I want to focus on today and tomorrow, like like in the moment, you know. Not tomorrow actually. Maybe just like my emotions today, and today I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married. I'm not going to be. What I do have is our two parents and a sister, and if I can show love to them and be loving with them and help them and all that, I think that's enough. I don't think I need anything else. And I think that's really my life right now, and I think that's what I enjoy most, more than anything. But yeah, like I said, man, it's just maybe you'll eat my words later in life. Maybe, you know, getting in a relationship is something that I will want to do because that'll be the best choice for me, and it'll be like, okay, I've been single way too long now, and it's time to make a change. But I can only speak on what I know, and that's what I know now. Because you can't predict the future in any way. And I feel like in a romantic sense, love is not the best. And it's not really it can be unconditional, but I don't think it probably is. I don't think it probably is, and that sounds really depressing. And yeah, like I said, you're listening to an 18-year-old here, so watch out. Okay, I don't know everything, but I just feel like unconditional love comes, or at least from my life, and in most people's lives, just comes from their family. And I feel like you can have family that isn't your blood family, but when it comes to a spouse, I feel like a lot of the time it's just people settling for, people know they have to get married eventually, and it's just like this thing we normalize. And then it's just like, okay, here's this person that I like and I don't really love, let me get in a relationship with them and then marry them, and then we don't really love each other but we say we do, you know? Even though that's not the case 100% of the time. I get that there are people who genuinely love each other and they're not blood related, obviously. They're married and they're not related, and that's beautiful too. I think that's awesome, and those people are really lucky and good for them. And I hope one day maybe I can experience that, but it definitely won't be anytime soon. It'll definitely be in the future. Actually, I'm being a hypocrite right now. I can't even talk about that at all. Anything I said earlier about the future relationship stuff, I don't even know. Maybe not. We'll see. But whoever it is will be one lucky person. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about here. That was fun, and that freaking went by really quick. It's been like 40 minutes, but what the heck, dude? It was like, time is crazy. Time is insane. I don't know how it went by so quick. But yeah, there's like a month left until winter break. Actually, exactly a month until exams are over, which is weird. Oh yeah, I had a math midterm on Friday, and that was oh my god, it is so fun to do math midterms. I don't know why. I've done 2 so far. They're so fun. It's just like I love the energy, man. It's just everyone standing outside a room, and then you walk in, and everyone's literally, the people beside me are like this far apart. Like I can reach my arms in both direction and touch like 4 people's faces. It's, I don't know. They're kind of stupid for putting us so close together, but I really enjoy writing math tests. And it's ironic because I literally earlier in one of these podcast episodes I was like, I'm so depressive and sad about math, and then now I'm like so confident about it. But I guess it flipped because now I feel that way about physics, and now I'm feeling this way about math. You know what I mean? I don't know. Life is weird like that. There's not a moment where I'm like, where everything's smooth. It's just like, there's not a moment where everything is good and every aspect is good. There's always something that's wrong. That's weird. It's kind of something I don't like about life, but I guess nothing we can do about that. I'm also donating blood for the first time on Wednesday. And I think I'm gonna make a video out of that. So if you're a freaking beast and you're still listening to me right now, you are getting some inside information on a future video, which will be me detailing that whole process, because I volunteer with the Calgary Youth Committee, which is part of the Canadian Blood Services. So I'm kind of trying to promote our cause. So that'll be part of that. And I think it's fun. I love blood donation. That's kind of why I'm a volunteer with them. It's so cool. I've always been so interested in that idea, and it's dope. And I finally get to do it for the first time on Wednesday, inshallah. And it's just like, I don't know, I feel like it's just going to be such a sick experience to see that, to see something coming out of me and like going into a bag, and that's going to go help someone. What the heck? It's sick. I'll put that, hopefully that video is actually made. I don't know, maybe it won't be, because can't predict the future, dude. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. And yeah, 11th episode. So we're like 20 days away from the 4-month mark. I know that's kind of looking ahead too much, but that's cool. And then I have some guests I want to bring on in the next 2 months, and like a lot of videos I want to make, a lot of ideas. I'll try to keep them secret, try to drop it as a surprise. But yeah, I'm at this point in my life where I'm just so at peace with everything and everything that's happened before, and I just don't feel like I can be sad anymore. If that makes sense. I just, if everything stays good like this and the people in my life stay good and the same, and I continue to take care of myself, I don't see how I can be sad. I just don't see a reason to. I feel like life is really good right now, and this year is on pace to being the best year of my life. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was really just me talking, I've just been looking at this iPad, man. Look at this. Let me let you in on a secret on what I look at. This is all I've been seeing. I don't know if you can see that, but it's literally just 3 lines, and there's not even a single slide. Not even like a second slide. This is the only slide in this thing. So yeah, that was the 11th episode. Thank you so much for watching again, or listening, whatever platform you're on. I hope you could understand me more or get something out of this. This is kind of just like I said, it's kind of just me at the most like unfiltered version, because I'm not really putting it through this iPad. I'm kind of just like getting it directly out of my head, But yeah, maybe people like this. Maybe this is the best version of my podcast. Maybe the first 7 episodes, so 7 solo episode style is better. Who knows? Or 6, not 7. But yeah, thank you for coming again, and or maybe if it's your first time, thank you for listening. All that. Yeah, I'm thinking of you, people, my amazing supporters, my amazing bloomers. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in hopefully a guest episode. I think will be the next one. And for the future things that are coming this year and next year, inshallah. Yeah. See you. Thank you for coming.